Good morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is English Bulletin with me, Utsa Bhatrai. The headlines first. Sri Panchami being observed by worshipping goddess Saraswati. The day marks the beginning of spring season. Martyrs' Day being observed today. Government criticised for not fulfilling martyrs' dreams. Finance Minister claims money invested on Nepal Airlines safe, says state-run airliner has started payment of loan. China virus death toll climbs to 170, WHO to reconsider declaring global emergency. And world number one Nadal knocked out of Australian Open, Thiem to face either Djokovic or Federer. Hindus across the country are busy visiting temples of goddess Saraswati since early morning to mark Sri Panchami festival today. The day is believed to be the birthday of Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge. Especially students today pray for wisdom with the goddess, while educational institutes mark this day by organizing various programs. Sri Panchami, which falls on the 5th day of the waxing moon in the month of Magh, according to the lunar calendar, is also the beginning of the spring season. The day is also known as Vasanta Panchami, which means a spring festival. Goddess Saraswati also bestows a knowledge of music, arts, speech, among others. It is believed that the goddess also resides in books, pens, and musical instruments. Therefore, devotees also offer prayers to books and musical instruments on this day. Small children are taught how to write on this very day. Leadership of the ruling Nepal Communist Party have proposed holding the General Convention of the party after 14 months. The proposal was presented during the Central Committee meeting of the party, which kicked off yesterday. The political papers presented by Chairman duo KP Sharma Oli and Pushpa Kamal Dahal made such proposals. The Chairman duo have proposed the date of the General Convention for April 7 to April 12, 2021. According to the party leadership, the party will begin the conventions of all the lower committees, including that of the local units and provinces, after 6 months and complete them in the next 4 months. The party has also decided to organize a special campaign across the country ahead of the conventions at different layers of the party. The campaign aims to solicit support from the general public. Before the unification of the CPN UML and Maoist Centre to form the NCP, UML had held its 9th General Convention, while the Maoist had completed a 7th General Convention. The Central Committee meeting is being held after 13 months. The meeting is expected to sort out the differences among different factions within the party. The Martyrs' Day is being observed throughout the nation with different programs today in honor of the fighters and individuals who attained martyrdom to establish and protect democracy in Nepal during different eras. Different programs are being organized since the last 10 days to commemorate those who sacrificed their lives for protecting Nepal's sovereignty and democracy. A rally from Ratna Park's Shanti Batika to Sahit Smarak Lainchor is being organized today to pay tribute to the martyrs. Although the Martyrs' Day has been religiously observed every year, the government has been criticized for not fulfilling the dreams of the martyrs. Freedom fighters Shukraraj Shastri, Dharmabhakta Mathema, Dashrath Chand and Gangalal Shrestha, who were sentenced to death for their struggle to achieve a people's right, are remembered and respected as the 4 leading martyrs of the country. Dharmabhakta was hanged in Sifal on Magh 13 and Dashrath Chand and Gangalal were gunned down at Shobha Bhagwati on March 15 by the then autocratic Rana rulers. President Vidya Devi Bhandari, Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, Vice President Nanda Bahadur Pun and top leaders of all parties including NC President Sher Bahadur Deuba have sent well wishes on occasions of Martyrs' Day. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. Statues of martyrs Gangalal Shrestha and Dasha Chand have been unveiled on the occasion of the Martyrs Week. The statues, built on the bank of Bishnumati River in Shobha Bhagwati, were unveiled by Mayor of Kathmandu Metropolis Vidyasundar Sakya. Unveiling the statues, Mayor Sakya said the idols were built to remind the upcoming generations that their freedom was the contribution of the martyrs. Mayor Shakya also informed that an agreement worth 30 million rupees has been signed to build an oxygen plant at Sahid Gangalal Health Centre. Martyrs Chand and Shrestha were shot down on January 25, 1941 at Shobha Bhagwati. Prime Minister KP Oli has said that some forces are actively plotting against the government, signalling imminent dangers to the ruling party. Addressing NCP's Central Committee meeting yesterday, Prime Minister Oli said a war has been started against the government with negative publicity. Prime Minister Oli consumed a significant time defending the works done by the government in his outstretched address. Prime Minister Oli said that the government has already initiated discussions with the Indian government for solving the border disputes at Kalapani, Lipu Lake and Limpiadhura. He added that all disputes will be solved through negotiations. Linking the Millennium Challenge Corporation grant to the Indo-Pacific strategy to create controversy and spreading false information is unnecessary, said Prime Minister Oli. The Prime Minister assured that the MCC grant agreement in no manner oppresses or disrespects Nepal's sovereignty and national integrity. He requested the Central Committee members to check the facts before speaking in public.
यो कुनै अर्को कुरासँग लिङ्क छैन। हामीले जुन सम्झौता गरेका छौँ त्यो सम्झौतासँग मात्रै यो सम्बन्धित। यो 5 वर्षभित्र कार्यक्रम पुरा गरिसक्नुपर्छ र 5 वर्षभित्र पुरा गरिसकेर पुरा भएन भने रकम फ्रिज हुन्छ।
On a different note, Prime Minister Oli defended the government's decision to lease the land of Nepal Trust to Yeti Holdings. He said that there is nothing wrong with the decision. The government has not been engaged in any kind of corruption, Prime Minister Oli reiterated. And now the news from Economic Front. Finance Minister Yuvraj Khatiora has said the loan provided by the Citizens Investment Trust to the Nepal Airlines Corporation will not become a bad debt. Speaking at the Finance Committee's meeting yesterday, Minister Khatiora said the NAC has already started to pay back the principal loaned out by the CIT for the purchase of the wide-body aircraft. During the clause-wise deliberation on the bill of the Citizens Investment Trust Act 2047, Minister Khatiora said the government is confident that NAC will pay the loan amount within the stipulated time frame. He further added that the investment boundaries of the CIT were confirmed only after the government vouched for the NAC.
सरकारले यस्तो लगानी कुनै संस्थाहरूको ग्यारेन्टी बस्दा त्यो संस्थालाई को सम्पूर्ण ऋण तिर्न सक्ने क्षमता विकास गर्ने कार्ययोजना बिजनेस प्लान र सरकारको ग्यारेन्टीमा भोलि त्यो ग्यारेन्टी बसे पनि पैसा तिर्नुपर्ने स्थिति नआओस् भन्ने मानिसहरूले जुन भन्नुभएको छ त्यो कुरा हामी सबैले सुनेका छौं।
MP Divyamani Raj Bhandari, who had proposed various changes to the various clauses of the bills, said the loans like the ones given to NAC for the purchase of the wide body will become bad debts for the CIT and hence should be stopped in the future. He further added that even though the government guaranteed the return of investment, NAC's inability to pay back on time is a cause for concern.
एउटाको निम्ति सञ्चय कोषले लगानी गरेको छ एउटा चाहिँ नागरिक लगानी कोषले अहिले मलाई लाग्छ उनीहरूले पैसा तिर्न सकेको छैन भनेदेखि यस्ता यो जोखिम हुने चिजहरूबाट चाहिँ हामीले फ्युचरमा चाहिँ अप्ठ्यारो नपरोस् भन्नको निम्ति चाहिँ यो संस्थाले लगानी गर्दा किन यसमा दुई चिज छ एउटा ट्रस्टीको कुरा आयो.
Similarly, the committee has also concluded the discussions on the bill after minor changes to the Citizens Investment Trust Act 2047. The lawmakers were unified in agreeing to the inclusion of at least one female candidate in the Citizen Investment Trust Board of Directors. The chairman of the Finance Committee, Krishna Prasad Dahal, said the next meeting of the Finance Committee will incorporate the changes decided in the first meeting and finalize the amendments to give the bill a final structure. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back, and now the international news. China's National Health Commission said today morning that the total number of confirmed deaths from the coronavirus in the country has risen by 38 to 170. The Commission said in a statement there were 7,711 confirmed cases as of the end of Wednesday, with an additional 12,167 suspected cases, Reuters reported. According to the news agency, foreign governments flew their citizens out of the epicenter of China's coronavirus outbreak yesterday. The World Health Organization voiced grave concern about person-to-person spread in 3 other countries. The WHO said its emergency committee would reconvene behind closed doors later today to decide whether the rapid spread of the new virus from China now constitutes a global emergency. Members of the European Parliament overwhelmingly backed the terms of UK's departure from the EU yesterday. The European Parliament has ratified the Brexit withdrawal agreement by 621 votes to 49, following an emotional debate in Brussels, BBC reported. After the vote, the members of European Parliament marked the UK's exit by singing songs. Several British MPs said they hoped the UK would return one day, although Eurocentric used their final speeches to tear into the EU. The UK is due to leave the bloc at 11 GMT tomorrow. According to BBC, ratification of the withdrawal agreement agreed by the UK and EU in October was not in doubt after it easily cleared its committee stages last week. Signing the letter confirming the EU's consent, the Parliament's President David Sassoli said the two sides must heed the words of the late Labour MP Joe Cox when approaching their future relationship and recognise there is more that unites us than divides us. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. World number 1 Rafael Nadal was denied a place in Australian Open semi-final as Austria's Dominic Thiem rattled the Spaniard with a powerful display to win a 4-set thriller. Thiem, the 5th seed, won the match 7-6, 7-6, 4-6, 7-6 at Melbourne Park, with 3 of the 4 sets won in tiebreakers. The 26-year-old Thiem missed 2 match points before taking a third toe in the tie in 4 hours and 10 minutes. He will now face Germany's Alexander Zverev in Friday's last 4 match. It will be a first semi-final in Melbourne for both Thiem and Zverev, as the winner will face either Serbia's defending champion Novak Djokovic or Swiss third seed Roger Federer in Sunday's final. Manchester City is through to the finals of the Carabao Cup after defeating rivals Manchester United by an aggregate score of 3-2. The second leg of the semi-final was played at the Wembley Stadium, where Manchester City lost the match 1-0 on the night but won the semi-final on 3-2 aggregate score. Leading 3-1 from the first leg at Old Trafford, the holders pushed forward in search of a goal to put the tie to bed but could not find any way past an inspired David De Gea. United put things back in the balance before half-time when Magh put them ahead on the night with their first effort at goal. But when Magh was sent off for his second bookable offence 14 minutes to time, City finally regained the control of the game and was able to see out the remainder of the match. City will now face Aston Villa in the finals on March 1st. Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp said nothing is confirmed despite the side reaching 70 points before the end of January and moving 19 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Mohamed Salah's first half penalty and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's second half strike gave the Reds a comfortable 2-0 win over the host West Ham. This is Liverpool's 15th consecutive win and the Reds are now 41 games unbeaten in the Premier League. Salah with 16 goals is now Liverpool's leading scorer in all competitions this season. Salah's sublime assist in the second half also allowed Chamberlain a clear sight of goal. Liverpool have now won 23 of their 24 matches this season and look more than likely to seal the Premier League win. A record 6 matches before the end of the season if they continue the current run. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. Sri Panchami being observed by worshipping goddess Saraswati, the day marking the beginning of Spring Festival. Martyrs' Day being observed today, government criticised for not fulfilling martyrs' dreams. Finance Minister says money invested on Nepal Airlines says state-run airliner has started payment of loan. China virus death toll climbs to 170. World Health Organization to reconsider declaring global emergency. And world number 1 Nadal knocked out of Australian Open, trying to face either Djokovic or Federer. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.